show the other day, you shouted out your experience in Santa Cruz. Go into sort of what are the things that you picked up there that you're able to bring into with this team now.
Yeah, Santa Cruz. Just mainly just the pace of the NBA game. Even though maybe it's not the exact same level, it is the same court, same 3-point line, 24-second shot clock instead of 30. Even though I have played that in Europe, of course, but I don't know, just like professionalism, and it's also just time, right? Like making the transition from college into the pros. Like you're in a whole new world. When I first got here, I had to learn over 80 new people's names. Like it's a lot. And then Santa Cruz, it's a slow-paced town. I don't know if you guys ever been. It's a surfer's town, so it's a nice way to kind of get used to everything. And who I forgot to mention in my post game was my teammates. Like we got a great group of guys. Also kind of reflects, I think, on the Warriors organization. Like, man, like it was a lot of fun playing down there, and it still is, of course. And yeah, so that's, I think, how it kind of prepared me.
All right, so hang.
Raymond, yeah.
We're gonna give a test.
This is tough.
It's good. You should learn to be writer.
Yeah, no, I know Danny. Sam. Yeah, no.
Monte.
Yeah, Monte. Okay, yeah, I know Danny.
All in the 80s.
Yeah, so
Sam
and Danny.
Yeah. I've seen you guys all the time. Sam, I'm sorry. You definitely told me your name the first time, and then I tried to remember, and then after that, it was just too awkward to ask.
Sam, good stuff.
Raymond was in here, and he was talking about how gratifying it is to watch you come in and contribute at this level. And one of the things he said is that he thinks that you've been good for Steph, and in terms of space on the floor, helping him out when he's double teamed, which is going to happen a lot. Do you see that as kind of like something that you saw even before you got on the floor, or is it something you recognized once you got on the floor with him?
There are a few games this season where I was there and where I was definitely like, okay, in this game I felt like I could have made an impact, because in some games, and it depends kind of per game, right? Like teams play different schemes, of course, but there are teams that just have like a lot of big centers that just want to camp in the paint all game long, and in those games I was like, yeah, I probably could have made an impact here, and then to see it happen in these last couple games, and it's still a work in progress and stuff, but I do feel like I space the floor and I help out a guy like Steph and Dennis too. I think we've had some success in the pick and roll.
Your vision as a passer, how did that develop?
I don't know. It's just intuition, I think. I've tried to watch a lot of Warriors tape, really, and they're a ball movement team, and we got a lot of great shooters out there, so it's also like a mindset knowing like I got shooters around me, so let's get them the ball. But probably in college, like in my last year, I had the ball a lot, which forced me to learn to make better and quicker decisions. Like my last team, I got doubled a lot, so that also teaches you, I got to get the ball out and stuff. So yeah, also kind of that experience, right? It kind of plays in it.
It's probably been a whirlwind past couple weeks, but is there anything about being in the NBA on or off the court that has surprised you?
I mean, the only thing that changes now that I'm like playing minutes in the games, right? Like for the rest, I've been with the organization, so I wouldn't really say so. I mean, it was cool being out there for the Lakers, like playing my first game like against LeBron and all those things. Like obviously these dudes are really good, and maybe I learned a lesson versus the Lakers. Like if Anthony Davis makes 8 shots from the mid-range, which is a shot that you're willing to live, like sometimes these really good players are just gonna make really tough shots, and as a defender you just want to make it as tough as possible, right? So yeah, just learning that you have to give it your all, but at some point you can't take away everything in the NBA, and you just have to give 100% effort.
What was it like competing against LeBron?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like more, not really when I was in the moment. I wasn't really focused on that at all. Like I was just trying to play the game and win the game. And but then reflecting from like 3 weeks ago, I was in Santa Cruz, trying to win a G League game, and now I'm out here, trying to, beat the Lakers and LeBron. Like I don't know, it's a cool. How do you say that? Like a cool curve, I guess in my play development.
You, how much attention do you pay to the standings?
Not really that much, to be honest. Like I think I came into the Bulls. I didn't know what the Bulls' record was. I know that we're about 500 right now. I know that we want to be better, and I know that we still have a really good shot with how the West is looking, and that we can make the playoffs. But that's it. I know that there's a few good teams around the NBA that are kind of ahead of the rest, but for the rest, it's we're in the middle of the fire, and if we start winning some games out here and stack together some good days, then we're right there.
One of the things that Steve said when he was in there earlier is that he wants to see the team pick up the pace and play faster with more frequency. Is that something you had much of in your background? I mean, you did that in college and in Europe. I mean, how do you feel about just playing at a pretty fast pace versus a lot of half court stuff?
I think it's beneficial also for me, right? Like I feel like it opens up for shooters. Like I'm not the fastest guy, but if my teammates are playing really fast, then I might be open on a trail three. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it means if I grab a rebound, get it out. And I just think it's so much easier to play fast because a lot more open buckets. It's so hard to score in the half court against these really good defensive players in the NBA, and it just opens up. But to be able to play fast, you also need to get stops and get rebounds, right? So that kind of comes first. So I think in practice today we focused a lot on the defensive end of the ball, try to clean some things up, and ready for tomorrow.
Is there less thinking when you're playing fast versus when you play a lot of half court?
Maybe if you play like fast basketball, it's more intuition based than we're setting this up and I gotta go here and I gotta go here. So maybe that.
Not tomorrow's game, but the next game is OKC. They play 5 out, spread you out. They'll probably call you up in pick and rolls and try to go at you. How much experience do you have against playing against a team that plays that kind of style?
I remember in college, I played versus Alabama, who just started the new pace and space and 5. Kind of they implemented that. This is like 4 years ago.
NATO's.
Yeah, NATO's early on. I didn't play too much, but we got absolutely mollywopped, if I can say that. Like, rough game. Besides that, I don't know. I've watched him play, so it'll be a cool experience.